Turn up the volume and listen in. It's time for breakfast with Life Radio. Only Life Radio could make breakfast sound this good.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.
Welcome to Life Radio. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, it's awesome having you around once in a while, and I'm getting used to you coming by now.
I know,
We thought
exactly.
we'd come down to the Goodie shop, a great spot to have a coffee. And you were saying you like to drink your coffee black.
I do. I'm a black coffee drinker.
Yeah. And
It's not for everybody, but once you get used to it,
No,
you
that's
can't
true.
go. You can't go back. It's whatever you get used to, right?
Oh, yeah. I love coffee, actually.
Me too.
How much coffee would you say you drink in a day?
I have for sure 1 cup.
Just 1 cup a day?
Yeah, like a medium from Tim. So I don't know how many cups that is for you, but a good sized. And then sometimes in the afternoon if you need a little pick me up. But if I drink it too late, I can't have a hard time sleeping at night. So if I'm going to drink a lot of coffee, it has to be in the morning. So I basically drink it all morning, sip on it all morning.
I'm just doing this so we can do like our Seinfeld, go for coffee with comedians kind of thing.
Exactly, except I'm definitely not a comedian. Maybe you're the comedian in this case. It's definitely not me.
They tell me that works sometimes. Well, today we're here to talk about Parkland.
Yes.
And all the great stuff going on down there.
I know, and I know I've been filling you in a little bit,
Yeah,
but
it's great. And it's getting close to the opening, so that'll be nice.
yeah, we're getting excited about it.
So what are some of the main questions people ask you about Parkland?
Yeah, when they come in to see me. First of all, a lot of people don't fully understand maybe the differences between that and a nursing home or something similar to that, especially when they hear the word Shanex, which is the company that owns Parkland is Shanex. So when they hear that, there's maybe some confusion around it. Is it a nursing home? Is it going to have that type of feel? And really, it's very separate from that.
Okay.
So it's definitely not a nursing home feel. It's very independent living for seniors. They're encouraged to do all the things that they still love to do, but we take care of the things that maybe they're just kind of sick of doing. So if they're if they want some really good meals, we take care of that. If they don't want to clean their house anymore, we do the housekeeping. So it's just those things that we can assist them with.
So they can cook for themselves or they can have people cook for them?
Yeah, so when you live at Parkland, you get 2 meals a day, but you still have a full kitchen. So you can choose which 2 meals that you want to eat with us, and then you can still cook your other meal of the day. So typically, a lot of people like to wake up and take their time in the morning and make a coffee and a breakfast and kind of just take their time in the morning, and then they'll eat lunch and supper with us. But it's totally their choice. So
Now they have getaways and stuff that they do too together as groups, right?
yeah, so we plan different activities throughout the month. Some of those things will happen right under our own roof. So we'll bring people in, we'll bring entertainment in, we'll bring different people in the community to teach different classes and keep them engaged that way. But there'll of course be times where we kind of round everybody up and go out on excursions too, and keep it exciting that way. Lots of things for them to do.
Oh, wow. That sounds like fun, actually.
It is. It is fun. It's definitely a social environment, but I don't want to scare people away when I say that too, because if you're more on the quiet side or you're a little shy, we don't force people to do anything they don't want to. So
basically you get lots of options in there.
Tons of options. So every day they wake up, there'll be a calendar of the week so they can check out what's on the go for that day, at what time it's going on at, and if they want to partake, we welcome them to do that.
So when it comes to cost, is it, when you're maintaining a home and all the expenses and things like that, is it relative? Is it in that same kind of area? Is it higher or lower?
It is. You have to think of it. I know a lot of people when they see it, they think, well, that might seem a little bit high for rent, but really it's so much more than rent. We try to really include everything on one monthly bill to make it easy. But when you think of one monthly bill, that's your food. So those 2 meals a day, housekeeping, all your utilities, phone, cable, internet, your AC, your heat. So
you just have one bill and
it's one bill and that's it. So when you think of it that way, if you're home right now living in a house and you kind of calculate what you're paying now for those things, yes, it can be very comparable to that. So,
I always wondered that.
Yeah, it can be helpful to look at it that way, of thinking, okay, this is not just rent, this is really everything that I need to live. Of course there'll be some spending money if that's what you want to do, but we take care of everything as far as bills go. So it's one monthly bill. That'll be your same price every month, and everything's included.
No more shoveling, no more taking
No more shoveling, no more cleaning your house. We have a chef, like I said, that's going to be doing all the cooking, so it really is a really nice setup.
And you told me you also have like rooms if you want to have a family gathering where they can come together and do it.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of amenity spaces that we have. The dining room's right on the water. So we're in Douglastown. If you didn't know, I should have said that right off the bat. But this is the new building going up in Douglastown, and it's right on the water. So the views, are going to be gorgeous, and our dining room is facing the bridge. So it's a beautiful view of the bridge, of the water, and that's where you'll be having the 2 meals a day. But we also have a private dining room. So if family members come in and want to celebrate an anniversary or a birthday, they're able to rent that out free of charge and have a private space where they can celebrate with their family.
So that's all included in the price?
That's also included, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that once I'm talking with people, they're like, oh, and that too, and it kind of just goes on because that's the way we have it
so
set up.
I imagine when they come into your office to find out about it, they can get all their questions answered for sure.
For
so
sure.
You should tell them where your office is and everything like that.
So my office is on Pleasant Street, 47 Pleasant.
Which is down by the car wash.
It's right beside the big car wash on Pleasant Street, and it's regular business hours, or they can always give me a call, 778-7275. Do my plug.
You should have like a jingle for that.
Yeah, I know. You should give me a jingle for that.
Figure that out.
I just gave you more work to do. But yeah, anyone's able to come in, and I have all kinds of information to share. But it is really the best spot to come in if you do have those types of questions, that you can just kind of let it all out, and it's easy face to face for me to explain it. I have lots of visuals at the office to help people kind of walk through the building and show them what the building's like, what the suites can be like, all kinds of information like that.
Now you're saying it's starting to fill up pretty fast too. You're getting close to like near 70% already?
Yeah, we're about 65% full now. And sometimes when I say 65% sold, and people are like, well, are you selling these? And I'm not selling them per se. It's rental, so it's month-to-month rental. People just need 30 days to kind of decide. So they're not locked in for a year or anything like that. But in my mind, I'm trying to fill them as best I can because we really want to have a really great crowd move in right off the bat. And it's up to them to kind of set the tone for how this parkland's going to play out. So the people who are moving in with us right when we open, they get to choose what types of activities they want to see, certain meals maybe they want to see on the menu. So it's really exciting for them to come in and kind of set the tone.
I suppose the earlier you come, you get better choices of which rooms and things like that,
absolutely.
Views and stuff.
Yeah, so if you're partial to that and you really have, if you really have your heart set on seeing the water, then we do have some options available. But keep in mind that there's lots of, like I said, the dining room's right on the water. We're going to have a lot of space outside too, because how can you not?
There's like outside dining?
Yeah, so we'll
and it's pretty close to the water. It's beautiful there.
It's like throwing rock distance to the water, so you're right on it. And we'll have a large deck right off the bat, and we'll also have a gazebo outside for people to go down and sit in the evenings or in the mornings and enjoy the views that way too. So
that
lots
awesome.
of options.
I
know,
go.
I'm convincing you. Like we said before, we're going to have you come in and we're going to do a radio show right at Parkland as soon as we open.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. That'll be something exciting.
Yeah.
My phone's ringing off my...
Someone's calling to get into Parkland already. They're like, give me the info.
Like, yeah, what is it? Going to Brooklyn. I feel it vibrating in my coat.
Yeah.
Well, so what is the biggest concerns people come up with you and they say, oh, well, what about this or that you can sort of lay rest to their fears kind of thing?
Because sometimes family members are very much involved, so I might have someone come and say, I'd really want my parents to maybe sell their home, to downsize. It's just getting to be too much for them to kind of look after. So for those concerns, we already mentioned that we do take care of everything and we can kind of see it that way. But sometimes people feel like they're just not ready, because that is a big transition for someone to maybe sell their home and transition to somewhere smaller. And so you really have to look at it that way. But it's the main thing that I try to tell people, that it's very independent. So sometimes they feel like they're maybe losing their independence when they do that, but it's really the opposite. Like, we try to take care of everything so that you can still do everything that you love to do. They're eating well, they're exercising, they're socializing, and oftentimes, they come right around, and they really do live their best life at Parkland. I know that's our slogan, so it's kind of funny, but live your best life. And it's so true, because all those things are kind of taken care of for you, and you kind of just focus on what matters to you. So if you still like to get up and go golfing and do all that stuff, you're more than welcome to continue on that lifestyle.
I'm ready.
Yeah. I'll save you a good seat, Rob.
Sounds like a good spot for me. I wouldn't mind coming home every day. Dinner's cooked. And
I know.
It's all ready to go.
That's
it's nice,
the thing.
Beautiful view of the water. Staying in a fancy spot. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Yeah. So we are opening soon. We're planning to open in May.
May.
Yeah. So.
When did you say the tours might start?
Yeah, so we might start touring a little bit before that, and we're hopeful to have some model suites available to bring people through and show them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and it just will help them visualize what life could be like. I have all kinds of pictures and layouts and all that kind of stuff, but until you walk through and see it, that really will make a difference.
When they come to your office now, you can actually show them what it looks like and all the images.
Yes, yeah. I walk them through the building to kind of show them the layout of where things are and what a typical day might look like for them. Okay. But again, once I can get them into the building and show them a model suite and show them where the dining room is, it's really going to be exciting to let them see firsthand what it's all about.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, is there any what's the most important thing people should think about? I guess get in, because if they're filling up fast, if you want a beautiful spot, you want to come down and see, or at least come down and talk to you, take a look at it, and know what you're.
Get your information and know that it's an option. Like I said, if you really want a water view or something like that, definitely get in early. Another benefit to kind of booking now as opposed to later is your rates will lock in for a year. So that's a good incentive too, knowing that the price isn't going to change for a whole 12 months.
Oh, wow.
And you can lock in those kind of pre-rates that we had set. So a lot of people are taking advantage of that. But yeah, it's just time to get in before they all go, because I'm thinking once we open and people see it, they're going to be blown away. I'm so excited to show them, and it'll be nice. So.
It sounds exciting. I can't wait to go down and do shows from there.
I know. We'll set it up.
We'll do some music shows. We'll do all kinds of stuff.
Music and events, and that's what we're looking for. So again,
I'm going to get in there somehow. I'll get that perfect view of the water. I'll be in the lobby. I'll be down there.
You're creeping your way in, and then all of a sudden we just see you every day.
I'll be like, I'm here anyway. You might as well just give me somewhere to stay.
Yes. But
sounds awesome.
Yeah, and with the holidays coming up, I always like to mention too, it's a good time to kind of start thinking. A lot of people kind of think about the next year ahead and what their plans are, maybe some goals. Right now we're in the holidays. If your family's all home and you're visiting loved ones, it's really a good time to kind of start having those conversations when everyone's around. It's a little bit easier to kind of bring it up, and if one of your loved
it's not
ones
easy to talk about moving out of your home.
Sometimes it can be difficult. I mean, sometimes it's a no-brainer. People are more than ready. They're excited. They're done with that stage of their life, and they're ready for the next chapter. Yeah. But sometimes they do need a little bit of encouraging, and that's where family members can really come into play.
That's good. That's a good reason to come down and see you, actually, and go through what it is and what they're.
Yeah. So over the next couple of weeks, if there's more people in town than usual, it's a good idea. Give me a call and set something up, and I can meet with the family, and we can go over everything kind of together. So it's less intimidating that way, I feel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Peace of mind for the family too, knowing that someone's on staff 24/7. So we have 24/7 staff available at Parkland, so they're never alone. There's emergency response buttons in every room. So if anything were to happen in the night, they just press a button and someone's there. So that's also peace of mind for family.
That is. Awesome.
And then there's care available too down the line. If their needs change, we can offer that to them. So it's kind of like I said, peace of mind for family members, knowing that it's a really good choice for their loved ones to go to, because they're going to be taken care of.
Yeah, because it's hard to take care of sometimes as your parents get older and stuff. And it's hard as you get older to have those responsibilities, keep maintaining your house and putting the new roof up each year and doing all the driveways. It'd be nice to sort of ease some of those burdens and enjoy the latter part of your life.
That's literally what it's all about. Yeah, just enjoying it and focusing on what matters most to the residents and letting them live their best life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Parkland. Live
I know.
You're going to have to get up.
I'm coming across pretty cheesy, aren't I?
You're going to have to do a whole sing the commercial.
Yeah. So another question that sometimes people ask is, especially if they're coming from a home, is like the size of the suites. So that's one thing that I kind of wanted to mention is that we have lots of different sizes available, and they're all a little bit different. So not all our one bedrooms look the same. They have different layouts, different sizes, different views, like we mentioned before. So we have a lot of different options that way, and people can kind of get into something that really sees them fit their lifestyle, and not necessarily saying, this is what we have available, but I kind of work with them to see maybe what would work best for them. So if they have a lot of family that comes to visit, maybe they would want a 2-bedroom so they have that space for guests. Or maybe they're like, I'm not using that much. I'm going to be on the road a lot. I travel, and maybe a studio size would be better for them, just to have a spot to kind of to rest and have their meals taken care of and all that. So there's definitely lots of options that way too.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. Maybe
I was
someone else
picturing like a little room, in the back, beautiful front, but so it's all different sizes.
All different sizes, all different layouts, different square footage. So we have studios, 1 bedroom with a den, so that's a nice option too. If you have a computer that you want to put in there, or a futon or something like that, a library. And then we also have the 2 bedrooms. So there's 4 different suites for sizes, but again, all different layouts and a lot of different options for people.
It's definitely something you want to take a look at and get all the different choices on.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So what else is there? Any other exciting stuff that you can think of to tell people? Did we tell them everything?
Oh, I told them a lot.
Yeah. And you can't really. You have to go down and see Brook because. Visually, when you look at the pictures, it's a whole different. Your mind gets an idea of what's really going on.
Yeah, it can definitely help. And if someone is interested in a 1-bedroom, we can look on the layout of the building and say, well, where in the area, where in the building where you might want to have your room, and then we pick out one. I can pull a suite layout for them, show them exactly what comes with the suite. A big question we get a lot, because as you can see, I brought my little cards, but in some of the pictures you can see there's furniture. So some people think, is it furnished, is it not? And there's a lot of questions around that. So it is an apartment. They bring their own furniture. We want them to set it up as their home,
right?
So they feel as most comfortable as they can. But we give them all of the appliances. So they have a full kitchen. They have their in-suite washer and dryer. Everything like that is included, but they bring their own furniture.
Yeah, so you can set it the way so it's...
Yeah, so coming into my office, I can kind of show them what the suite layout is like, where they can set up some of their furniture, what size pieces they can bring in. That's a big question too. Can I bring my big couch? Is that even going to fit? And yes, it will. But you can make it work for them, and finding a suite that works for their furniture as well. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. It sounds like a great way to retire.
I think so too. Yeah.
I'm in.
I know. I sold you long ago.
I know. I don't know how. It'll be full by the time I get there. I know that. That's just the way my luck goes.
Yeah, we are having a great response from the community. Some people from out of town too. Maybe they moved away. And they want to move back home to retire, or just to be closer to family. So we have a couple people from out of town as well who are moving back to the river.
Another thing I've noticed is, or I haven't mentioned, is that it's really close to everything.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to the mall or
absolutely, it's very central.
Shopping, all the food centers, it's very central.
Yeah. When you're down there and you're looking out your view and you're seeing the river, it's very peaceful. It seems very private because you're looking out into the water, and what better view is that? But if you turn around the other way, you're very close, like you said, to all of what Douglastown has to offer. You're right in the main drag, and there's all kinds of stuff around for them to do. We also have a shuttle service, which a lot of people don't realize.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if the resident is no longer driving, but they still want to go up to the mall for an afternoon, or if they have a doctor's appointment or something like that, that's also included in that monthly bill. So they just book it at the front desk, and they can go wherever they want within the city.
So you're pretty much making sure all their needs are taken care of.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having
talking
me.
with us in Parkland. I think it's a great spot, and people need to come see you.
Yes, they do. So they can come see me on Pleasant Street, 47 Pleasant Street. They can give me a call, 778-7275. We also have a Facebook group, which is a really great resource to kind of stay in the loop of when we're opening, and we'll also be posting some different jobs on there too.
So they
if you're
just go to
looking for
Parkland on
employment-
Facebook and that's it.
If they just search Parkland on the River, there's a group that comes up, and you just join the group. And we post quite frequently on there just to kind of keep them updated. And I know a lot of people in the community are just curious of what's going on and some of our updates. So it's a great spot for all community members to kind of join and stay in the loop. So we're excited about that. We encourage you to follow along there. But yeah, just reach out, and that's what we're here for, is just to help and to clarify anything and answer everyone's questions.
Well, I want to thank you for coming down to the Goodie Shop today, Brooke, and letting us know everything that's going on. And hopefully everybody can get out and come down and see you. And
Exactly.
you at least should find out about it before you make
You
your
should
decision.
definitely find out, and as we get into this new year, you'll be hearing a lot more from me, because we're going to be, sharing those dates where we can bring people through and start showing
for
them,
sure.
having open houses, stuff like that. So we'll really want everyone to know about it. So, this isn't the last you'll hear from me again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, again, we want to thank everybody for coming out to the Goodie Shop today, and we'll see you next time at the same time, same place.
Merry Christmas to you.
You too. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
You too. Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Easy.
like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here